Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope the weather's beautiful where you are. Uh, Man, here in Southeast Texas, we've had cool, breezy days, but sunny. No rain. We're supposed to get a cold front tonight. We're going to get cold in the next couple of days. Anyway, hope the weather's good. Hope you enjoyed some football. Man, yesterday we had some upsets. We had some good games. Crazy things happened. We'll go all over that. Got some news items here to get to. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. With it, let's get started. Unfortunately, once again, starting the news cycle here with some horrible news. University of Washington soccer player Mia Hammett passes away at age 21. Stage 4 kidney cancer. This was her senior year, too. I know Washington, I think they're playing for, they either played for the Big Ten championship in soccer, the women's, or they're going to today. But yeah, lost Mia Hammett, 21 years old. Man, that's just, she was just getting her life started. And stage 4 kidney cancer, that's just horrible, tragic. Prayers to her family, friends, teammates. 21 years old, man. That is just too damn young to leave this world. Kansas State running back Dylan Edwards, he has entered the transfer portal. He's kind of had some injuries all season, so other teams are going to have to pick up on that when they, if they sign him, anywhere signs him. Wisconsin quarterback Danny O'Neal injured his leg in the Washington win yesterday. Lower body injury. Imagine we're going to have an update coming sometime today or tomorrow or something. This story here. Zach Calzada hasn't made at Incarnate Word, has him in the playoffs each year, decides to chase the money, NIL money, goes to Kentucky, doesn't really do worth a crap. I think he even got benched and the backup got put in. Well, he apologized for Friday. Did you see what he did? He sent a video to someone. Someone was online on his Twitter or whatever, wherever it was, Instagram, criticizing his play, which is expected. Hey, if you're an athlete and you're on. I would never do it personally, but some people do. So he gets out his NIL money, starts flaunting it, starts looking at all the hundreds, whatever the guy's name was. Hey, let's count it. Look at this. 1, 2, don't lose count now. 3, 4. If you lose count, go get you some money. Sent that video to the guy. Of course, it went viral. He's since apologized to the guy, his teammates, the school. Just looks like a real freaking moron. This is the bad part of NIL. We knew it was probably going to happen, and it did. Zach Calzada, congratulations. You're probably the douchebag of the week. But hey, you've seen the way society is, Zach. Somebody will take your place probably today, tomorrow, or something. But for right now, you're the douchebag of the week. Did you see USC's trick play against Northwestern? What was it? I think there was 4th and 6. They're going to punt the ball. However, the backup quarterback puts on the punter's jersey, comes out there, fake punt, passes it for first down. Eventually, they get a touchdown out of that. Big Ten says they should have been penalized for that. They weren't penalized. Play went through. Nothing happened. But Big Ten says, yeah, they should have been penalized on that play for doing that. USC ended up beating Northwestern pretty good anyway. So, anyway. Some of these referees in every sport, they're just horrible in every sport. I don't know if they need to go back to school or what, but man, they're just whatever. All right, so let's go back to Thursday. 4-5 UTSA, man. Remember they came off that whipping of Tulane, who was 6-1 back then? Well, I figured, hey, man, they're going to be on a high. They beat a damn good team. See what they can do against USF. Well, not so good. They lost 55-23. USF is 7-2 now. Brown for the Bulls, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ran for 109 and a touchdown. Davenport, 94 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Singleton, 122 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Tavion Ward, 40-yard pick 6. Fred Gaskin, 85-yard scoop and score. UTSA actually had better numbers post-game in the offensive categories. But they did have 2 turnovers and 70 yards of penalties. And the quarterback, McCowan, was sacked 5 times. So I don't know. Maybe they're on a Tulane hangover still, all celebrating still. Maybe it went to their heads. But anyway, South Florida put them back in their place. Thursday, basketball, there were no top 25 upsets to report. Friday, Houston moved to 8-2, beat Central Florida 30-27. Had a hard time doing it. They're actually losing by 7 at halftime. U of H outscored Central Florida 13-3 in the second half of that one. Connor Wigman, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, threw 3 interceptions. No rushing touchdowns for U of H in this game. Thomas, 103 receiving yards and a touchdown. Kicker Sanchez, though, he may have been the hero of this one. He had 12 points in this game for Houston. McCutcheon, 45-yard pick six. A lot of pick sixes and scooping scores this weekend. I noticed that. Central Florida's done. Hey, he had a 43-yard pick six. They only had 14 first downs and 75 yards of penalties. That's why they came up a little bit short probably against Houston. We just talked about Tulane, how they got beat by UTSA. Well, they beat number 22 Memphis 38-32. Memphis is 8-2 now. Tulane 7-2. Tulane's Retzlaff, 70% completion rate, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for a touchdown. Preston, 2 touchdown catches. He had 85 receiving yards. Memphis's Lewis, 85% completion rate, 317 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he was sacked 6 times by Tulane's defense. So Tulane loses that one they shouldn't have lost the week before. Now they come beat a ranked team, getting back on track. We just talked about USC and Northwestern. USC 7-2 now, beat Northwestern, who falls to 5-4, 38-17. Mavia, I think that's how you say his name for USC. 299 yards, 2 touchdowns, ran for a touchdown. Miller, 127 rushing yards and a touchdown. Lemon, 161 receiving yards and a touchdown. Northwestern Stone, only 150 when he was passing. He did pass for a touchdown. Say his name, Kamalofe. 118 rushing yards and a touchdown, so not a bad game for him. Only 13 first downs for Northwestern, 280 total yards, and then that fake play we talked about that the Big Ten said should have been a penalty, but it wasn't called. One top 25 upset basketball on Friday. Number 25, North Carolina, beat number 19, Kansas, 87-74. North Carolina's Wilson, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Behind him, Vesser, 20 points, 4 rebounds. They shot 52% from the field. Kansas side of the ball, Preston led the way, 22 points. He hit 3 3-pointers in this game. Tiller came off the bench, scored 12 points for the Jayhawks. All 3-pointers, though. He shot 4 times, and they were all 3-pointers. They shot 45% from the field. Moving on to yesterday. Number 1, Ohio State beat Purdue 34-10. Hey, Purdue was winning at one point. 3-0 in the first quarter. Ohio State scored 24 points in the second quarter. They had enough of that. Saying 82% completion rate, 303 passing yards and a touchdown. Donaldson, 2 rushing touchdowns. Smith, 137 receiving yards and a touchdown. They had 30 first downs in this game. 9 for 13 on third down. 473 total yards. Purdue was under 95 yards rushing and passing. They got a lot of work to do in the offseason. Number 6, Ole Miss beat the Citadel 49-0. Chambliss, 29 for 33, 233 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lacey, 3 rushing touchdowns for him. 34 first downs for Ole Miss. 7 for 12 on third down, 603 total yards. Compared to the Citadel, 5 first downs, 106 total yards. So safe to say Citadel is a little outmatched. Indiana, Purdue, and Penn State. This game here, I was like, throughout pretty much 95% of this game, I was like, Indiana, really, of all the teams you're going to play, this is who you're going to lose to? Well, they pulled one out of their ass. They survived, winning by 3. Mendoza, 218 passing yards. Touchdown to Cooper, who had an incredible catch with like 40 seconds left, got the toe in the back of the end zone to score that touchdown. Just totally incredible. Probably the catch of the year, like the guys on TV are saying. Penn State, though, they were better in most offensive categories, and it showed them the way they played in this game. Singleton had 2 rushing touchdowns for the Nittany Lions. 10-7 at halftime. Both hit field goals only in the third quarter. And then Penn State actually outscored Indiana 14-7 in the fourth quarter. That 7 coming from that incredible catch there by Cooper. Number 5, Georgia beats Mississippi State 41-21. Mississippi State was never really in this one. 24-7 at halftime. They did play a little better in the second half of this game. Georgia Stockton, 264 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Frazier, 181 rushing yards and a touchdown. Again, 30 first downs. Some of these offensive this weekend. 7 for 12 on third down. 567 total yards. Shapen from Mississippi State, 86 yards, no touchdown. He was sacked twice. Left game in the third quarter, though, with an injury. Taylor came in, 87 passing yards, no touchdowns, but he did run for 3 touchdowns. I don't believe any of them were very long, just short, like 5-10 yard touchdowns, but still came in and ran for 3 touchdowns. Tried to make a game of it, but it's a little too late. This is a great game. I watched this one. Number 8, Texas Tech almost shut out number 7 BYU, 29-7. BYU managed to put some points on the board at the very end. Very, very defensive game. 13-0 at halftime. 5 total sacks, 3 total turnovers in this game between the two. Morton for the Red Raiders, 219 passing yards, touchdown. He was sacked 4 times. Dickey, 121 rushing yards and a touchdown. Kicker Harrington, 5 for 5 on field goals. BYU's Bockheimer, 188 passing yards and a touchdown. Pass to Roberts midway through the fourth to score a touchdown. BYU special teams, man, that was a very poor performance on their part. Muff punts, all kinds of crazy things happened on special teams against BYU. Both teams, man, under 18 first downs in this game. So, like I said, it was a very defensive game, but very good game, I thought. SMU, they are 7-3, beat Boston College 45-13. BC did try to make a game of it. It was 17-6 at half. SMU came back second half, outscored them 28-7. Jennings, 326 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. McFall, 3 rushing touchdowns. Harden, 130 rushing yards. Both Knight and Hudson, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown each. SMU defense forced 4 turnovers, had 8 sacks. But get this, SMU, 13 penalties for 155 yards. Good thing they were playing Boston College, because if they would have done that against a really good team, may not have won that one. West Virginia, man, they kind of turned things around a little bit. 2 wins away from being bowl eligible. Beat Colorado 29-22. Colorado falls to 4-6. West Virginia defense, 7 sacks. And I haven't looked at Colorado's schedule, so I don't know if those 2 wins to get bowl eligible is possible. I have to go back and look at their schedule. Southern Miss is 7-2. They beat Arkansas State 27-21. Southern Miss, 12 penalties for 100 yards. Army and Temple, man, they battled it out. Army won 14-13. Army quarterback Helms, 118 rushing yards and a touchdown. James Madison, they are 8-1, beat Marshall 35-23. James Madison quarterback Barnett, 270 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Missouri State, they are 6-3. They beat Liberty 21-17. Missouri State's Clark, 286 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He also ran for a touchdown. This I did not see coming. This game, I cannot believe it still happens. 3-6 Wisconsin beats number 23 Washington 13-10. Even when their quarterback O'Neal leaves the game with an injury, they still won that game. I still do not know how. But it did look like 2 Pee Wee teams playing. I mean, it just didn't look like the Washington we've seen. Wisconsin, 12 first downs, 2 for 14 on third down, 205 total yards. Washington, 15 first downs, 5 for 16 on third down, 251 total yards. Wisconsin defense forced 2 turnovers, had 4 sacks. Kicker Nathaniel Vacas, is that how you say his last name? Vax, 7 points in this game. Like I said, did not see this coming, but it looked like 2 Pee Wee teams were playing that game. I don't know what happened to the Washington team we've been seeing. Totally crazy. Hey, North Carolina, they're kind of turning things around. They win again. They are 4-5 now. Beat Stanford 20-15. Lopez for the Tar Heels, 203 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Stanford, though, was better in most of the categories post game, except rushing. UNC outrushed them 50 yards to 36 yards. So looks like they both had their rushing game on, huh? But another one, UNC. I haven't looked at their schedule. I don't know if they can get 2 more wins. They're 4-5, so they got 3 more games. If they can manage to squander out 2 wins, they can go to a bowl, turn things around better than they were, and go to a bowl game. But we'll see. Man, wasn't easy for Vandy. Number 16 Vandy beat Auburn 45-38 in overtime. Pavia had a 76% completion rate, 377 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for 112 and a touchdown, so he turned it on. Alexander, 2 rushing touchdowns. Richardson and Stowes each had over 120 yards receiving. Daniels for Auburn, 353 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, ran for 2 touchdowns, so he had a good game. Vanderbilt only 3 penalties in this game, so that probably helped them out a lot too. Kennesaw State, man, look at them, 7-2, beat New Mexico State 24-21. Kennesaw State's Odom, 219 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He threw 2 picks. 2 of those touchdowns to Binyard. They had 13 penalties for 128 yards, still won the game. So pick sixes, scooping scores, massive penalties. That seemed to be the theme for yesterday. Coastal Carolina, 6-3 now. They beat Georgia State 40-27. Game was 14-14 at halftime. Collier for Coastal Carolina, 120 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for 123 and a touchdown. English, he caught 2 of those touchdown passes for Coastal Carolina. Number 3, Texas A&M beat number 22, Missouri, 38-17. Missouri is missing their starting quarterback, I can tell you that. Reed for A&M, 221 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Owens, 102 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Concepcion, 84 receiving yards and a touchdown. Zollers, the backup quarterback from Missouri, who's been starting, only 77 passing yards, no touchdowns. Roberts and Hardy, they had some good yardage and a touchdown each. So not all bad, I guess. Number 19 Oregon, man, did you see this one? Number 19 Oregon beats number 20 Iowa, 18-16. I didn't see it, but I turned over the last couple minutes to watch what was going on when I saw the score flash. Moore for Oregon, 112 passing yards, 0 touchdowns. Hill Jr., rushing touchdown. Kicker Sappington, 10 points. Iowa's Gronowski, 138 passing yards and a touchdown. Also ran for a touchdown. With 1:51 left to go, Gronowski, how you say his name, runs it into the end zone to go ahead. Tried a 2-point conversion. It failed. They were only hit by 1 point. So all they had to do was stop Oregon, and they could win that game. Nope. Iowa's defense just fell apart. Moore just picked them apart, man. He was throwing all over that field in that last drive. Iowa could not stop him. Sappington kicked the game-winning field goal with 3 seconds left to win that game. But give to Iowa, they still played tough. The defense just came up short and let them down. But still, could have been a signature win for them, but oh well. Number 18, Miami beat Syracuse 38-10. Beck, 18 for 24, 247 passing yards. Touchdown pass to Marion, who had 116 receiving yards. Caronte Scott, 38-yard pick 6. Canes defense forced 3 turnovers and had 7 sacks. Arizona, they are 6-3, beat Kansas 24-20. Kansas falls to 500. They are 5-5. They were winning, though, 20-17 hitting into the fourth quarter. Arizona outscored them 7-0 in the fourth quarter. Fifta, I know that's not easy. I've heard him pronounce his name. I just don't know how to do it. Fifta, anyway. 2 touchdown passes for Arizona. Craig rushing touchdown. Daniels for Kansas, 199 passing yards, touchdown pass to Henderson Jr. Daniels also ran for a touchdown. Kansas did have better offensive stats after the game. And you're wondering, I'm not sure Daniels, I'm not sure how old he is, but if he's got some eligibility left, I might think about transferring because Kansas just isn't what they were a couple of years ago. And he's a good quarterback. He's just on a bad team. Iowa State 6-4. Actually beat TCU, who fell to 6-3. Beat them by 3, 20-17. TCU led 10-6 going into the fourth quarter. Iowa State outscored them 14-7 in the fourth. Rocco Beck, 111 passing yards, touchdown pass to Bramer. Hanson ran for 108 and a touchdown. TCU's Hoover, not too bad a game, 319 passing yards and a touchdown pass to Dwyer, who had 108 receiving yards. UConn, they are 7-3. They beat Duke 37-34. Ever since that Illinois loss, Duke just hadn't been the same. Fagano for UConn, 311 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 of them to Bell. Duke's Mensa, 222 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, threw 2 picks. Shepard, 100 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Jacksonville State, they are 6-3, beat UTEP 30-27. Jacksonville State's Caleb Nix, 93-yard pick 6. Eastern Carolina, they are 6-3, beat Charlotte 48-22. Hoover for East Carolina, 2 touchdown passes, 2 rushing touchdowns. Brown, 45-yard pick 6. Delaware, they beat Louisiana Tech 24-25. Both of them are 5-4. Both of them need one more win for bowl eligibility. Rutgers 5-5 beat 4-5 Maryland 35-20. Maryland's October woes continuing into November. Rice, man, down the road, good for them. They are 5-5 now. Beat UAB 24-17. Jenkins only 41 passing yards for Rice, but he did throw 2 touchdown passes. They need one more win to become bowl eligible. Rice has kind of turned things around. I know a lot of people don't pay attention to them. I do because they're down the road, and I try to hit one of their games every year. So, yeah, they could go to the bowl this year. Good for them. This here is just unbelievable. Clemson beat Florida State 24-10, which is not unbelievable because those two have always battled it out. But you know what's unbelievable? They are 4-5. Both of them are 4-5. Who would think Clemson and Florida State would be 4-5 in the same year? That just blows your mind, doesn't it? Cal, man, look at Cal, 6-4. They beat number 15 Louisville, 29-26 in overtime. Louisville, only 16 first downs, 351 total yards. Cal's been building since last year. Remember that? They almost beat Miami. The games they lost were not by very much, so they are building something out there. And then they beat number 15 Louisville. You never know. Cal might be a force in the ACC over the next couple of years. We'll see what happens. Virginia. What happened, Virginia? Wake Forest beat them 16-9. Wake Forest is 6-3 now. Doubt Virginia will be number 14 when they vote later today. Carlos Hernandez for the Deacons, 88-yard punt return for a touchdown. Quarterback Chandler Morris of Virginia, he was knocked out of the game in the second quarter. That could be why they lost. I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know how their performance was. Kentucky, they are 4-5, beat Florida 38-7. Florida, 4 turnovers in this game. Lagaway, 83 passing yards, 3 interceptions. Lagaway is not a bad quarterback. He might be another one that might want to think about hitting the transfer portal. Utah State, they are 5-4, beat Nevada 51-14, 41-0 at halftime is this game. Nevada, 11 first downs, 3 turnovers. Number 10 Notre Dame beat Navy 49-10. Carr for Notre Dame, 218 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Love, 2 rushing touchdowns, 502 total yards, no penalties for Notre Dame. You know Marcus Freeman is happy about that. For Navy, kind of disappointing. Horvath was out. He got hurt in that North Texas game. Woodson was there, 22 passing yards, but he did run for 101 and a touchdown. Not Horvath numbers, but he looked all right. They were only 3 for 11 on third down, though. But, yeah, I wish Horvath would have played because I really thought that was going to be a great game, and then he got hurt, and oh well. Okay, this one here. Number 24, Alabama beats LSU 20-9. Simpson for Alabama, 277 passing yards. Touchdown pass to Williams. Hill had a rushing touchdown. Nussmeier, 121 passing yards, no touchdowns. He made mistakes. When people complain about Nussmeier, LSU fans, this is a perfect example of why. A lot of time, I remember they were first and goal from the 8-yard line, and false starts and then him running backwards and getting sacked, was it 10, 12 yards back. Finally pulled him, put in Van Buren, the backup. Came in and didn't look too bad. He only had 52 passing yards, but he can run for yards when needed. But man, too many penalties for LSU. A lot of them were false starts, which is just incredible. Got to red zone a few times, but those penalties knocked them back out. 10 for 74 in penalties is what they ended up with. Bama, they only had 2 penalties in this game. Both teams under 18 first downs. Defenses did play good. Neither one very good on third down. So my valuation of LSU, they did seem to play a little bit better. Like I said before, we don't know the morale in these locker rooms. When a coach gets fired or the OC's out, morale may go through the roof. And they did play a lot better. You just wonder, after seeing Nussmeier this year and what Van Buren did against Alabama last night, I mean, it wasn't much, but it looked pretty good for the time he played. You just wonder where they would be if he was playing this whole year or if he would have started this game. I'm going to go ahead and say they need to start him the year out, the rest of the year. Try to salvage what you can, because Nussmeier, I don't know what the deal is with that guy. You either get something great or you get something that sucks. I mean, there's really no in between. So, if I'm LSU, I'm starting Van Buren the rest of the year, but that's why I'm not in the LSU locker room. I'm just right here. Nebraska 7-3 beat UCLA 28-21. Dylan Raiola, their quarterback, remember, out for the year. Broken fibula. That's no problem. TJ Letcliffe played. 205 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 of them to Johnson, who had 103 receiving yards. He also ran for 129 yards on a touchdown. So I think Nebraska's going to be all right with the backup quarterback. Only 2 penalties in this game for them. UCLA's Lamalavia, 191 passing yards, no touchdown, but he did run for 86 yards. Sacked 3 times. Neither team turned the ball over. That's what coaches like to see. Matt Rule must be happy. They won. Only 2 penalties and no turnovers. And the backup quarterback played pretty damn good. Matt Rule's probably a happy guy right now. UNLV, they're 7-2, beat Colorado State 42-10. Carlandria, 251 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Thomas, 131 rushing yards and a touchdown. Glover, almost 100 yards. He had 99 rushing yards and a touchdown. Colorado State, 16 first downs, 1 for 13 on third down. That's not going to win you any games. Sam Houston State, boy, look at them. They haven't won a game all year. Well, guess what? They go to Corvallis, beat Oregon State 21-17. Oregon State led 17-7 at halftime. Sam Houston State outscored them 14-0 in the second half with special teams, too. Tim Burns returned the second half kickoff, 98 yards for a touchdown. Then in the fourth quarter, Brady Henderson returned a 31-yard block punt for a touchdown. Special teams saved the day for Sam Houston State. They come out of there with their first win of the year. One game, I thought this was going to be a really good game. I was like, this sucks we can't watch it because I don't know what spec is or who's got it. Hawaii playing San Diego State. They beat them. They beat them pretty good, 38-6. Hawaii 7-3 now. San Diego State falls to 7-2. Alejo, is that how you say his name for Hawaii? 256 passing yards, 3 touchdowns to Harris, who had 130 receiving yards, 9 for 17 on third down, 386 total yards. Hawaii defense forced 4 turnovers and had 3 sacks. Held San Diego State to just 12 first downs and 267 total yards. Elijah Palmer had a 53-yard pick 6. Timmy Chang has got that thing going in the right direction. Onward and upward for the Hawaii. All right, so some of the big ones in the FCS, we actually had a couple of upsets. So this FCS playoff picture is starting to slowly come around. UC Davis, they are 7-2, beat Idaho 28-14. Pinnock for UC Davis, 3 touchdown passes and ran for a touchdown. UT Rio Grande Valley, they are 7-3 now, beat Nichols 28-21. I don't know if they can go to a bowl game because this is their first year. Remember, they got some weird rule. that first couple years you can't go to a bowl game. But anyway, Denny for UT Rio Grande Valley, 120 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. West Georgia, they are 7-3, beat Northern Alabama 24-17. South Dakota State, boy, they just keep losing. Lost their third game. They are 7-3 now. Lost to rival South Dakota 24-17. Two powerhouse teams in the South, or in the Southland Conference win at it. Lamar and Southeast Louisiana. Lamar wins by 2, 14-12. Lamar having a great season, 8-2 now. Southeast Louisiana still having a great season. They're 7-3. Both teams, though, under 87 yards passing in that one. So Montana, they are 10-0, beat Eastern Washington 29-24. Montana's Keel Ayat, 2 touchdown passes, ran for a touchdown. Their rival Montana State, they are 8-2, beat Weber State 66-14. Lamson for Montana State, 2 touchdown passes. Davis ran for 2 touchdowns. Alabama State is 7-2. They beat Texas Southern 42-24. Grambling, they are 7-3, beat Bethany Cookman 31-23. Grambling's Benoit, 220 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Nice game for him. Jackson State, they are 7-2. They beat Mississippi Valley State 42-3. Jackson State's Lockhart, 241 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Prairie View A&M, they are 7-3, beat Alabama A&M 48-5. Prairie View A&M quarterback Peters, 394 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 of them to Rockwall. Stephen F. Austin, they are 8-2, beat Houston Christian 50-3. Stephen F. Austin's Rutherford, 132 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Mercer, they are 8-1, but barely beat Western Carolina, 49-47. Atkinson, the quarterback, 443 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. North Dakota State Bison, they are 10-0. They beat their rival North Dakota 15-10. Only single digits scored in all 4 quarters. That was it. It was either 3 points, 6 points. No double digits scored in any quarters of that game. So that shows you what a hell of a rival it is. Rhode Island, they are 8-2. They beat Elion 34-20. Farrell for Rhode Island, 309 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He also ran for a touchdown. North Carolina Central, they are 7-3. Beat Mike Vick, Norfolk State team, 31-28. Harris for North Carolina Central, 265 passing, 3 touchdowns. South Carolina State, they are 7-3. Beat Howard, 42-12. Led 42-3. Hitting into the 4th quarter and gave up a few points. Let Howard get 12. Tennessee Tech, they are 10-0. Beat Eastern Illinois 21-9. Theron Gaines for Tennessee Tech, 10-yard scoop and score. Illinois State, they are 7-3. Beat Indiana State 52-20. Illinois State's Rittenhouse, 314 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Dartmouth, they are 6-2. Beat Princeton 20-17. St. Thomas, Minnesota, they are 7-3. Beat Drake 20-13. Game was 10-10 at halftime. 2-8 Davidson. Little 2-8 Davidson having a horrible year. Beat 8-1 Presbyterian, 14-13. No scoring in the 4th quarter, though, this game. Those two did all their scoring in the first 3 quarters, took the 4th quarter off. But good win for Davidson. Villanova, they're 7-2, beat Towson 28-10. Jabril Mace for Villanova, 291 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, school record for Villanova. Lafayette 7-3, they beat Colgate 59-42. Lafayette's the Mobile, 4 passing touchdowns. Edwards ran for 3 touchdowns. Yale, they're 6-2, beat Brown 34-22. Pinsenberger for Yale, 173 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Brown had 103 receiving yards, and he scored 2 touchdowns. Lehigh, they are 10-0, beat Holy Cross 38-3. Johnson, 3 touchdown passes. Yoder, 2 rushing touchdowns for Lehigh. Central Connecticut State is 7-3. They beat Stonehill 40-10. Olson for Central Connecticut State, 2 touchdown passes. Howard had 2 rushing touchdowns. 6-4 New Hampshire beat 8-1 Monmouth, 34-13. Veza for New Hampshire, 2 touchdown passes, and he also ran for a touchdown. Sacred Heart, they are 7-3, beat Virginia Lynchburg 56-10. They led 42-7 at halftime. Kind of took the second half off a little bit to take a breather, I guess. Harvard, they're 8-0, beat Columbia 31-14. Craig for Harvard, 2 passing touchdowns. Bascon, 2 rushing touchdowns for Harvard. Delaware State 7-3. They beat Morgan State 14-12. So that FCS playoff picture is starting to take shape now. You can tell who's going to be in and who's going to be out. All right, so basketball Saturday. A couple top 25 upsets. Number 22 Michigan State beat number 14 Arkansas 69-66. Michigan State's Ward came off the bench, scored the most points, 18 points. Also had 10 rebounds. Carr behind him, 15.7 rebounds. They shot 41% from the field. Arkansas side, Acuff Jr. and Thomas, leading scorers, 16 points each. They shot 39% from the field. Both teams had 14 turnovers. And number 15 Alabama beat number 5 St. John's, 103-96. Philion Jr. for Alabama, 25 points. Holloway, 21 points. They shot 48% from the field. They hit 11 three-pointers. St. John's, let's see if I can say his name, Ejiofor. Hell of a game, 27 points, 10 rebounds. Hopkins, 19 points. They shot 49% from the field, but they turned the ball over 12 times. Okay, upcoming. Got a few good matches in basketball coming up this week. Football. Like we said, it's that time of year. Tuesday, 6:30, ESPNU. 3-6 Kent State versus 4-6 Akron. 7 p.m. on ESPN2. This might be an okay one. 6-3 Ohio versus 5-4 Western Michigan. May not be too bad. Wednesday, 6 p.m. CBS Sports Network. Buffalo versus Michigan. Buffalo versus Central Michigan. Both of them are 5-4. Somebody's going to walk out of there bowl eligible. That might not be a bad one to watch. Same thing, 6 p.m. ESPN2. Toledo versus Miami of Ohio. They are both 5-4. Somebody's going to walk out of there bowl eligible. And then if you really want to watch it, 6 p.m. on ESPNU. 2-7 Northern Illinois versus 0-9 UMass. Now Thursday you got a pretty good one here, I think. 6:30 ESPN on Thursday. Troy versus Old Dominion. Both of them are 6-3. Remember, Old Dominion started off great, went on a little losing skid. They're winning again. They're going to play Troy, who's better than they were earlier in the season. So that might be a pretty good one. Both of them going for a 7th win. That is it. Unfortunately, tomorrow's Monday, but what are you going to do about it? Just stay busy. A week will go by fast. Weekend will be here again soon. We'll be back Thursday or Friday to preview next weekend, which is what are we on now? Week 12 next weekend, right? Yeah, week 12 already. Wow. Preview week 12. Go over top 25 basketball upsets and what happens in these football games coming up the next few days. If anything miraculous happens, we know a couple teams are going to be bowl eligible, so we'll mention that. Anyway, just work hard, stay busy. Week will go by fast. We'll see you Thursday or Friday.